Hey guys, it's Hi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we're going to be talking about how it's okay to argue with your SP. It's okay to get into arguments or disagreements or have conversations that aren't good with your SP. I feel like because we manifest these people and we are focusing on getting them to like us, getting them to show their feelings, love us, obviously treat us well, because that's what we want in a relationship. When things like this happen, we tend to get really scared and we're like, okay, well, great, now I've been manifesting all this and then this happened and then now what do I do? And I don't know what's happening, and did I ruin it? Did I mess up? Stuff like that. So if that is what you're thinking, this is the video for you. The first thing I want to say is that arguments are normal. Like, think about it. If you weren't manifesting this person and you had an argument with them, would you be freaking out? Or if you had like just a friend and you had a disagreement on something, would you be freaking out this much if that were to happen? Probably not. It's only scary and it's only on your mind and like making you spiral because they are your SP and because you're manifesting them. That's the first thing I want you to realize. Just because you are manifesting them doesn't mean they aren't human. It doesn't mean that they are gonna have their own opinions, their own things. And yes, of course, you can always change whatever you don't like, but without affirming against it, without affirming for it, they're just gonna show up, okay? So if something happens, you get into an argument, you get into a disagreement, that's okay, and it's actually a good thing than not having an argument and just having the feelings linger. Because think about it, if you don't have an argument with someone, do those feelings just go away? No, they linger. They sit there and they linger and they marinate in your mind, and they're just gonna sit there and build and build and build and build. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, okay, well, I don't want to ruin anything in the 3D, so I'm just not gonna call them out for doing something I don't like, or I'm not gonna talk to them, or I'm not gonna engage in the argument, blah, 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 whatever you're thinking, because I don't want to ruin the 3D. Well, what you're doing is letting the thoughts sit in your head, which are gonna manifest, because any thought persistent on will manifest. So if this is happening, most of the time it's easier to just have a conversation with them, and a lot of the time it doesn't even turn into an argument. But if it ever does, that's okay, because now that you had that conversation with them, even if it was an argument, even if it was a disagreement, even if it blew out of proportion, one, you have the power to revise anything. So if there was actually a huge, big blown argument, you can revise it and decide it did not happen, it never happened. And two, because you had an argument, they told you how they felt. They told you exactly how they felt, which means they told you exactly what you need to affirm against. Maybe you had an argument about a third party. Maybe you were worried about a third party and they were like, blah, 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 we're just friends, blah, 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 we just hang out, blah, blah. Now you know that you need to affirm that they don't hang out. Now you need to affirm that they don't see each other. They do not like hanging out with each other. Things like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you will get like a direct, here's what you need to affirm against, because they are going to tell you what is upsetting them or how they're feeling, and now you're gonna know what to affirm against, this is helpful, because before the argument or before the conversation or the disagreement, you didn't know. You didn't know what exactly was going through their mind. Now you do. It was handed to you on a silver platter. I made a video a few months ago called Calling Out Your SP, where I basically talked about how it's okay to call your SP out on something that you don't like. If they're doing something you don't like, you're allowed to call them out and not hold it back because you're manifesting them. Because a lot of the times, like I said, we will hold it back because we're like, oh, we're manifesting them. We don't want to ruin the movement. We don't want to cause anything bad. We're working so hard to get them. So you hold it in. You're allowed to call them out. They're human. You are human. So if they're doing something that you don't like, you are allowed to say something, especially because a lot of the times we put the pressure on ourselves to fix them. Think about it. How many times have you sat here and been like, I don't like that SP does that, so I'm going to affirm they don't? You don't have to do all the work. They are grown people most of the time. I know some of you are a bit younger. That's totally fine. But they are old enough to know better. They're old enough to know good from bad. So you shouldn't have to revise every little thing that they do. So calling them out and being like, hey, that was not okay, don't do that, is better than affirming it yourself, because they can do it themselves. You don't have to do all the hard work. You do not have to do all the hard work. That being said, do I think arguments should happen all the time, every day? No. That's probably not great. That's going to be a lot of revision and probably not something you want to do. But if an argument ever happens once in a blue moon, it's okay, and it's healthy, and it's normal for any relationship, basically. So that is it for today's video. As always, watching this video has helped you manifest. Say it with me. Watching this video has helped me manifest. Watching this video has helped me manifest. And I hope you guys are okay with your SPs. If you watch this video, everything will be totally fine. Don't stress. literally all you have to do is revise if you did have an argument, and it'll be totally fine literally in a few days. But I love you guys. See you soon. Bye.